Hello Truth Seekers, Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, after being part of the spiritual practice, now we know that spiritual freedom or inner freedom is about dissolving the ego self in oneself. Now the question is, what is ego or ego self? And how the ego creates the false reality for oneself. The simple definition of ego is the ingrained belief in the person. Now, how this ingrained belief becomes a reality is this. Look, when we are alive, when we are breathing, functioning, we are experiencing life. Isn't it? We are experiencing the world. And when we are experiencing the world, every experience leaves the residue as an idea. Likes or dislike. The dual perception comes in from the experience. And as a human being, we don't want to go through pain. We don't want to go through struggle. We don't want to go through limitation. We see life as a growth, fun, happiness. And we choose the positive flow and push away the negative. And when we see the positive flow coming from the experience, we hold on to that idea. Every experience leaves the residue as an idea, and now we hold on to that positive idea and we repeat that positive idea. Now we, remember the positive idea, we put ourselves back in the world. And from that, we do get the positive experience again. It might not be the experience exactly like the first experience, but still a positive experience. So when we start to see certain idea is bringing us the positive experience, now we repeat that. The repeating the positive idea, make us experience different pattern. We see more hidden pattern from repeating the flow. We start to see growth. We start to see change. We repeat further. And this repeating certain idea, being part of the world, makes certain idea real. That idea may be real, true in the relative world. But when it comes to the absolute freedom, that relative truth becomes the ego. Why it becomes the ego? Because when you see certain idea brings positive flow, growth, upgrades, that experience already gives you the idea of being right. When you see something is true, the experience brings the idea of righteousness. This is correct. This is true. When it's true, your mind, the ego self, becomes hardened from the experience. And that's how the ego is taking its shape to be righteous. That's how the ego self creates a reality from the place of experience. Again, no doubt, the outer world, certain things are true because of its upgraded pattern. There are, several truths in the world, outer world, because the outer world is all about pattern, and the pattern starts from the lower level all the way to the top. And also, all the pattern makes the whole outer world cohesive. Becomes, makes it dynamic. When you see that, you are, again, making something true in your mind. The outer experience leaves the idea that designs your inner world as a mind. And that's how the ego is created, from the place of experience, with the ideas, with the patterns that you have gone through in your life. Again, it's true in the relative sense. But when it comes to absolute truth, all relative truth is false. Why? Because absolute truth is not a pattern. It's about dissolving the pattern. Dissolving the pattern means dissolving the ego, ingrained belief in oneself. It's about dissolving the mind. All pattern and conditioning, belief must go to find, to experience, not experience, to see the inner peace, to see the truth in oneself. So all the experience we have gone through in life, especially the upgraded experience, leaves the idea. We repeat that idea. We invite similar flow. We see better shift in life. There's a transformation. And from that experience, the belief comes in. The belief becomes the ingrained belief. And when we start to ingrain in that belief, that means we are ingrained in the false reality. And especially when we are ingrained in certain belief, certain pattern, it's hard to let go of the certain pattern and conditioning belief, because you see the truth in it. When you see the truth, when you see something is working, it's hard to let go. And spiritual freedom is asking you to let go all your ingrained belief and conditioning in you. Isn't that the fight now? You see something's working that provides comfort in your life, that somehow takes away the fear to some extent, the struggle in your life. It takes away the struggle, takes away the pain. And this is the, conflict. When something is working, it's easy to see it's true. There's another thing. When you see something is true in the outer world, and tendency is to see, maybe this is the way to figure out the truth as well, the ultimate truth. And that is, the ego creating the illusion in the person. the outer flow can never provide us the absolute truth, because the outer world is always changing, always upgrading. Notice how much upgrade you have brought from your experience. When you put yourself in a certain practice, when you repeat it, when you're aware and repeat that practice, you see the hidden connection when you stay and continue. The first time you weren't able to see everything. You were only connected to the surface level. When you put yourself, repeat, you start to see more and more. Your experience is upgrading. Your mentality is upgrading, you know. So it upgrades your mind from the experience when you continue certain practice. This is how the ego is come to existence. Anyway, absolute truth is about dissolving the ego. Only by dissolving the ego, there is a inner peace, inner freedom. Freedom from the fear, freedom from the struggle, freedom from the pain. So, inner freedom is about dissolving all pattern. The outer freedom is about pattern, upgrading the pattern. So those are the two different flows. And if we want to be free from our own mind, or if we want to dissolve the ego in us, then we must investigate on the ingrained belief in us. What we see true must be investigated in oneself to see whether it's absolute truth or not. To see what we see true. Is it true, or is coming from the place of experience, from the outer world? So, dissolving the ego is about investigating in a backward approach. Notice you have, ingrained belief in oneself. You repeat that. Your life is happening from that. That means you're attached to that, isn't it? Now, one of the straightforward way to get to the truth or dissolving the ego is by looking into our attachment. And, tracing the attachment backward. So, if you see you're heavily ingrained in certain things in your life is happening from there, that shows you're attached. Now ask yourself, why am I attached to certain things? Definitely, no doubt, it's providing you the lifeline. It provides you the comfort. It creates the flow that removes the struggle from your life. Yes, those things are happening. But still, you need to trace back why you are attached to. If you follow it backward, then you start to see further hidden stuff that your eyes cannot see, only awareness can see. Right now, you only see, you repeat, you attach to certain things because it supports you. No doubt, it supports you. But when it comes to inner freedom, you have to go past your your meaning, your belief. So that's why you have to trace your attachment backward to figure out the root cause of the attachment. And also dissolving the root as well, to go all the way until there's nothing is left. And that's the way to dissolve the ego. Anything is left in you, in the mind itself, is a subtle